At 9:09 p.m. on July 19th, Archangel Michael and Zadkiel will reveal who blocked your success. They are naming the exact person whose name starts with letter, but you must be ready to hear it. Are you? At exactly 9:09 p.m. on July 19th, the heavens shake, and the scroll of truth begins to open. Archangel Michael, sword of justice, and Archangel Zadkiel, keeper of divine memory, are not silent tonight. They are stepping forward to reveal a hidden enemy, someone who blocked your success with words, thoughts, or spiritual acts. You may have felt it, a wall, a ceiling you couldn't break. But this is the night that changes everything. God has permitted this unveiling because your season of delay must end. You've been loyal. You've prayed. You've cried when no one knew. But in the spirit realm, someone whispered against you. A person you once trusted may have planted jealousy, envy, or doubt. This message is the divine alarm. The angelic investigation has been completed, and the name is about to be spoken. It begins with a certain letter, and once you see it, you'll know. Michael has drawn his flaming sword. Zadkiel holds the spiritual record. They know not just who did it, but why. The betrayal may have happened in secret, but your destiny was never hidden from God. You were marked for glory from the beginning. The resistance you faced was not just circumstantial, it was spiritual sabotage. But now, the angels are breaking the seal. This is your divine moment. You must be open, ready, and spiritually alert. The name you hear will carry emotion. It may shock you, sadden you, or confirm what you always suspected. But don't run from it. Healing begins when truth is revealed. And this isn't just a revelation. It's a reversal. The chains placed on your success are falling off, even as this message reaches you. There is fire in the heavens tonight, and your name is being called out of confusion, delay, and sabotage. The angels are not here to comfort your enemy. They are here to defend your destiny. Every moment you suffered is being answered, and the name you're about to hear will unlock everything. Type I am chosen to get the blessing 7117. When Archangel Zadkiel opened the book of memory, your name glowed with divine fire. But beside it was a dark mark, a mark made by someone who once smiled in your presence. Someone who pretended to be happy for you, but inside their heart, they were speaking against you. It wasn't always loud. Sometimes it was small, like a passing comment, a silent judgment, or a prayer they refused to say for you. But in the spiritual world, even silent thoughts carry weight. Heaven saw it, and tonight, it must be exposed. This person once had access to your light. They knew your heart. They may have been a friend, a family member, or even someone you helped. But instead of covering you in love, they covered you in resistance. That resistance became a delay. That delay became confusion. You kept pushing forward, but nothing seemed to move. Now you know why. Type I am rising to get the blessing 4896. Archangel Michael stands at the gate with fire in his hands. The Lord has allowed him to trace the spiritual fingerprints left behind. The person who blocked your success didn't just do it once. They kept doing it with every jealous thought. Every curse they spoke behind closed doors added another layer to your spiritual wall. But Michael says, no more. He has now pierced through the veil of lies. He is ready to reveal the name, but not yet the full name, only the first letter. Because before you can receive the full truth, you must prepare your heart. Are you ready to be free, even if the truth hurts? This is not just a message. It's a moment of cleansing. Tutpai Madu to get blessing 9999. Zadkiel holds the scroll. It's stained with memories you forgot, but heaven remembers. Conversations you overlooked, looks you ignored, signs you felt but couldn't prove. They are all now gathered as evidence. Not to condemn but to release. You are being released from the effect of this person's words and thoughts. The hold they had on your life is breaking as you read this. Maybe you always felt like you were one step behind. That's because someone was praying against your next step. Maybe you gave your best and still failed. That's because someone planted spiritual doubt in the atmosphere. But Michael has now stepped between you and the enemy. He has cut the rope they tied around your success. Type I am protected to get the blessing 3222. Heaven is not only revealing who blocked you. Heaven is about to reverse the blockage. You will now see opportunities return. You will feel energy rise. Clarity will return to your dreams. The things that felt frozen will start to move. The power of this revelation is not only in knowing who. They are giving you power to rise above it. This next season of your life will be cleaner. You won't carry spiritual dust from jealous people. Your path is being swept clean by angels. Zadkiel is placing holy oil on your name, and Michael is roaring in the spirit. Let them go. This means chains are snapping. Old words are being canceled. You are walking into your real timeline now. The name that blocked you is starting to shake. God is pulling it up from the ground. You will see the first letter soon. But already, you can feel it. Someone's face is coming to your mind. Trust it. The Spirit is showing you the truth. But do not fear. You are not being shown this to punish anyone. You are being shown this so that you can break free and walk into divine justice. This is your time of truth. And after truth comes power. Type I am free to get the blessing 8477. The Spirit has now begun to stir inside your chest. Your heart may feel heavy. Your mind may be racing, but this is not fear. It's recognition. Heaven is whispering something to your spirit. The name of the person who blocked you is close to being revealed. But before you see the full name, the angels will give you a glimpse, a clue, a sign. That sign begins with a single letter. Archangel Zadkiel has moved his finger across the scroll. The letter is glowing. The letter is real. This letter is not random. It connects with someone in your life. Maybe it's a first name. Maybe a last name. Maybe it's even someone from your past that you tried to forget. But the letter carries weight, because the spiritual realm is never wrong. Type I am breaking free to get blessing 6201. Heaven always works in patterns. God does not expose a name to bring shame. He reveals it to bring freedom. You are not meant to stay stuck in a web of confusion. The angels are not here to hurt others. They are here to help you step out of the trap. And this trap has a name. The name that starts with the letter is tied to spiritual resistance. You felt blocked because their thoughts were cursing your progress in silence. Michael is now lifting the shield. That person's influence is ending. You are not under their cloud anymore. Your light will not be hidden again. You will move forward, and this time, no one will be able to stop it. Zadkiel is unlocking the record. The letter will become clear to you shortly, through dreams, signs, or sudden knowing. Type I am chosen to get blessing 3044. The devil used someone close to you to create delays. It may have looked small, a lack of support, a fake smile, a missed call. But in the spirit, it was bigger. That person may have even gone to someone else to speak against you. They may have said things like, "They won't make it," where they are not ready. Those words release resistance. But now, heaven is taking those words and turning them into fuel. Every delay is being reversed. Every no you received because of their blockage is turning into a yes. Your prayers were not ignored. They were stored. And now they are being poured out. The fire you feel rising is not anger. It's holy justice. Your spirit knows that something divine is about to shift. And it begins with one letter. One single letter. Type I am awakening to get blessings 7122. Zadkiel's scroll has turned. The page is showing flashes of memory. Some of the scenes you forgot. Moments when you felt pushed aside or unseen. But now the Spirit is saying, look again. What you thought was just life being hard was actually someone spiritually blocking your flow. But they are being dealt with now. Heaven has called your case to the front. And Michael has spoken. Release them now. That means the chains are being cut. You will soon notice things flowing again. IDs returning. Favor returning. Love returning. Because heaven is removing every curse placed by the one whose name begins with this revealed letter. You will know the truth, and the truth will lift you higher. Type I am rising above to get blessing 9112. The letter you are about to see is not just a clue, it's a spiritual key. Once you recognize it, speak it out loud and give it to God. Don't hold anger. Hold freedom. Don't seek revenge. Take peace. The power is not in the name. The power is in your release. You're being delivered from their words, their limits, their shadow. This is your moment of spiritual freedom. Take a breath. Heaven is near. Type I am released to get blessing 4550. The moment truth is revealed, freedom begins. And if this message unlocked something inside you today, I believe it was meant to. Every soul that hears and receives this word is part of God's great release, and your support helps take that word further. When you give through Super Thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the video description, you are not giving to me, you are sowing into someone else's breakthrough. You become part of heaven's rescue team. Like rivers of oil flowing over tired bones, your seed becomes light in someone's darkest moment. This is the kind of giving that moves angels. I feel it as I write this. God is saying, because you open your hand, I will open the heavens. This is your moment. Step into it. Give boldly. So for someone else's deliverance. Something is happening inside you now. As you read these words, the presence of God is opening your spiritual eyes. You may not see with your physical eyes, but your spirit knows what is coming. The angels are getting closer to the name. The letter is not just a symbol. It's a mirror that reflects who really stood in your way. You may have doubted yourself for a long time. You may have said, maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe it's my fault. But no, dear soul. The delay in your success was not because of failure. It was because of interference. Someone stood in your spiritual path. But Archangel Michael has now removed them from the gate. Type I am delivered to get blessing 6088. You will notice that the letter is already forming in your mind. It might come in a dream. It might show up in your thoughts when you least expect it. Or it might be the first letter of a name you've been sensing lately. Do not ignore it. That letter is real. It's not just a thought. It's a warning sent by heaven to help you heal. Zadkiel says, what was hidden is now being revealed. This means the fog is lifting. You are seeing things clearly. The letter connects to the person who caused emotional wounds, blocked connections, or poisoned conversations about you. Even if they didn't do it out loud, their spirit was not clean toward you. Type I am not blind anymore to get blessing 7331. They were jealous of your calling. They saw your light and tried to dim it. Instead of celebrating your growth, they wanted to control it. And when they couldn't control you, they cursed your next level. But God has had enough. Heaven is stepping in. You were not created to be stuck. You were made to rise, and that rise begins with this revelation. Archangel Michael is breaking the dark veil around the truth. Every lie spoken about you is being exposed, and you will rise above it with strength. Your success was delayed, not denied. And now that the name is close to being revealed, your favor will return with double force. The angels have cleared your path. Type I am rising in truth to get blessing 8440. The person whose name starts with this letter may not even realize how deep their actions went. But heaven sees what man hides. You are not being called to hate, but to walk in freedom. The truth is not meant to destroy, it's meant to deliver. And that is what God is doing now. Deliverance through revelation. Zadkiel is showing you moments when this person smiled at you, but behind your back, they spoke against your success. Maybe they laughed with you, but in private, they said, they'll never make it. That energy followed you like a shadow. But now, the light of heaven is chasing that shadow away. Type I am healed from betrayal to get blessing 7212. This is the moment where things shift. The name's letter is your starting point. Once it comes to your mind, lift it to God. Don't panic. Don't run. Say, Lord, thank you for showing me. And then release it. You are not being given this letter to start a fight. You're being given it to end a delay. When you honor the truth honors you. That's why heaven trusted you with this message. They know your heart is ready. Your future is too important to be controlled by unseen hands. So now, those hands are being removed. The atmosphere around your life is changing. The air is becoming clear again. This is your spiritual shift. Let the old blocks fall away. Let your soul breathe. Let your spirit rise. Type I am stepping into light to get blessing 8883. Heaven has now shown you a part of the truth. The letter has reached your heart. Even if you haven't said it out loud, your spirit already knows. The person connected to that letter was not sent by God. They came with smiles but carried jealousy. And that jealousy grew into something dark. It became a voice. And that voice was speaking against your success. You were walking with joy. You were dreaming with hope. But something in your path kept breaking down. Doors would open and then suddenly close. Promises would come but never stay. That's because a jealous spirit was standing in the shadows. That spirit used someone close to you, a person who couldn't handle your light. Type I am rising again to get blessing 4424. Jealousy is not always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, silent, hidden behind friendly words. But in the spirit realm, every emotion has a sound. Heaven hears what people don't say. And the sound of jealousy travels like smoke. It chokes blessings. It covers the future. But now, Archangel Michael has blown that smoke away. He is clearing your skies. That person may have copied your ideas, spoken badly about your blessings, or even hoped for your downfall. They didn't clap when you won. They didn't pray for your next step. Instead, they tried to block it. Not with their hands, but with their spirit. But they didn't know God was listening the whole time. And now he's stepping in. Type I am not forgotten to get blessing 6313. Zadkiel is now closing that chapter. The person who slowed you down will no longer have power in your story. The Lord is shifting your atmosphere. He's separating you from every jealous soul who tried to block your calling. You were not wrong to feel something was off. You were discerning. Now the truth is confirming what your heart always knew. This letter, this name, it carries spiritual weight. It's not just a clue. It's a sign. A sign that God is giving you your voice back. For too long, someone else's energy tried to silence yours. They were afraid you would go further than them. And they tried to control your path by cursing it. But Michael's sword has broken that control. Papa, I am protected by heaven to get blessing 5,580. Your dreams are waking up again. The opportunities you lost are returning with greater power. You may feel like crying, but these are not tears of sadness. They are tears of freedom. God is showing you how much He has been protecting you, even when you didn't know it. Every arrow sent against you is now returning to sender. Forgive, but do not forget. Not to hold grudges, but to remember who you are. You are someone worth blocking. That means you carry oil. You carry favor. You carry light. And light always attracts resistance. But now that resistance hath been judged, God has ruled in your favor, and He's giving you full spiritual release. Type I am victorious to get blessing 7,266. Let your heart receive this. Heaven is proud of you. You stayed kind, even when things were hard. You stayed faithful, even when doors closed. And now, heaven is rewarding you. This person may have tried to stop your blessing, but they only delayed it. And the delay is over. You will not stay behind anymore. Your spiritual position has changed. Your name is being lifted. Your light is rising. And the one who tried to block your success is being moved. Not by force, but by holy judgment. Michael and Zadkiel are standing guard over your life. And this time, no voice of jealousy will be allowed near your favor. This is the beginning of your new flow. A flow of healing. A flow of truth. A flow of favor. Type I'm rising with truth to get blessing 9,110. There was a time when you trusted this person. You didn't just know them, you believed in them. You spoke kindly about them. You prayed for them. Maybe you even helped them in ways others didn't see. You were loyal. You stayed close. You didn't expect anything back, only honesty. But what you gave in truth, they returned in betrayal. This betrayal wasn't loud. It didn't always show up as a fight or a big fallout. No, it was quiet, hidden, spiritual. The kind of betrayal that doesn't leave bruises on the skin, but bruises the heart. They smiled in your face, but behind your back, they sowed seeds of doubt. Doubt into others. Doubt into the atmosphere around you. Type I am guarded by angels to get blessing 6,620. This person could not handle your light. Every time you rose, they grew colder. Every time you succeeded, they felt smaller. But it wasn't your fault. You were just growing. God was promoting you. But instead of celebrating, they began to curse. Not openly, but in spirit. They allowed jealousy to grow into poison. Zadkiel saw you all. The angel of remembrance never forgets. He has collected every moment, the eye rolls, the whispered words, the fake prayers, is written in the scroll. You are not being shown this to cause you pain. You are being shown this so that your spirit can finally rest. You were not imagining it. What you felt was real. Type I am not confused anymore to get blessing 7441. Archangel Michael has stepped into your timeline with power. He is not here to make peace with your enemy. He is here to separate you from them. They had too much access to your future. They knew too much about your dreams. And instead of praying, they judged. Instead of supporting, they resisted. Now heaven is making a holy correction. The door between you and that spirit of betrayal is being closed. From now on, your space is guarded. Your destiny is protected. Your words will not be twisted. Your dreams will not be delayed. The one who tried to block your success is now being removed from your spiritual line. Type I am defended by truth to get blessing 5089. You may be asking, why would they do this? The answer is simple. Your favor made them uncomfortable. Your presence reminded them of what they refused to grow into. Instead of asking God to bless them too, they tried to keep you small. But heaven saw. And now, the angels are giving you full release. You will not carry the weight of betrayal into your next season. God is lifting that burden. Zadkiel is wiping your name clean from their curses. Every dark word spoken against you is being reversed. You will begin to feel lighter in your soul, brighter in your mind. The darkness they tried to plant is being replaced with divine light. Type I am rising from the ashes to get blessing 8881. This is why the letter matters. The letter revealed is more than a name. It's a spiritual signature. God gave it to you not to start a war, but to give you understanding, so you can move forward in peace, in healing, in clarity. You don't need to confront them. Heaven already has. The judgment hath been made. You are stepping into a season where only truth can stay. The fakes are falling away. The jealous are being removed. You are not losing people. You are gaining space for God's chosen ones. Those who will support you, pray for you, bless you, and never speak against what God is doing in you. This is your holy separation. Let it happen. Trust the process and walk forward. Type I am walking in peace to get blessing 9102. The one who blocked your success was never far away. They were close. Maybe a friend. Maybe a relative. Maybe someone who smiled and said, "I'm proud of you." But deep down, they were not happy about your growth. They watched your journey not with love, but with quiet competition. That closeness was not a mistake. It was a test. God sometimes allows people to get close, not to destroy you, but to reveal what is hidden. You would not have seen the truth if they were far. But because they were near, you now understand what was blocking you. They were not just near in distance. They were near in your trust. And that's what made their actions powerful in the spirit. Type I am chosen by God to get blessing 6612. Heaven allowed it for a season. But the season is over. The light has come. What was whispered in shadows is now being shouted from the rooftops. Archangel Zadkiel has traced every spiritual whisper, every inner word spoken by the jealous heart. And Archangel Michael is now removing their influence from your next chapter. They had a key to your spiritual gate. You gave them that key because you believe in them. But they used it the wrong way. They didn't open doors for you. They locked them. They didn't bless your steps. They slowed them. But now, heaven has changed the locks. Your gates are now guarded by truth, not by emotion. Type I am spiritually secure to get blessing 8420. You might feel sad. You might wonder, was any of it real? Yes, parts of it were. There was a time when they may have loved you or cared, but their heart changed. The enemy whispered into their soul, and instead of fighting that voice, they gave it permission. That's when the betrayal began, and that's when your delay began too. But now, your delay is ending. God is not punishing you. He is rescuing you. He is pulling you out from the grip of hidden sabotage. The angels are carrying your name out of that dark place and placing it into divine light. Everything they said about you in secret is now being canceled by heaven's voice. Type I am covered in truth to get blessing 3111. The letter that was revealed to you is proof that you are hearing clearly. You are not imagining things. The Spirit of God is giving you confirmation so that you can move with wisdom. This next part of your journey will require courage. You may have to step away from some people, not in hate but in holiness, because God is not calling you to carry everyone with you. Some were only part of your past, not your promise. And now, you are being called higher. This betrayal was meant to stop you, but heaven is using it to launch you. Your pain is being turned into power. Your heartbreak is becoming holy boldness. Type I am made for more to get blessing 9334. You're not walking away alone. You're walking away with angels. Zadkiel will remind you of who you are. Michael will protect you from every jealous dart. The person whose name starts with the letter has lost their access. Their words can't reach you now. Their energy can't enter your space. You have been sealed by light. Feel the freedom in your spirit. Can you feel it? That weight lifting? That is heaven's hand. God is removing the invisible ropes. You are being unwrapped like a gift, because you are a gift. And now, nothing will block your purpose. Not a name, not a voice, not even betrayal. This is your moment to rise in truth and walk forward with confidence. Type I am walking in victory to get blessing 5525. There's a reason the enemy tried so hard to stop you. It wasn't just about slowing you down. It was about trying to silence your destiny. You are carrying something powerful, something from God. Your voice carries healing. Your presence carries purpose. Your journey carries a testimony that will touch many. That's why the jealousy was so strong. Your life scares darkness. The one who blocked you felt your future before you even saw it. They didn't see the full picture, but they sensed your favor. And instead of covering you with love, they covered you with fear. They became afraid that you would pass them. That fear turned into envy. That envy became a weapon in the spirit. Type I am God's vessel to get blessing 6102. The angels have watched this battle for a long time. Archangel Michael stood near you in silent defense while the spiritual attacks came. Even when you didn't see the enemy, he did. And Zadkiel has now exposed the name that tried to cover your success with curses. The letter has been shown. The pattern has been revealed. This person may have laughed at your dreams, or they may have doubted your calling. They may have even tried to warn others about you, planting subtle seeds of distrust. That is spiritual sabotage, and God is shutting it down. And no one will be allowed to block what God has anointed. Your calling is sealed in the heavens. Type I am sealed by favor to get blessing 7772. The reason you felt so stuck for so long was because you were spiritually tangled. It was like someone tied a rope around your next step. Every time you tried to move forward, something invisible pulled you back. But now, Michael has cut that rope. You are being loosed in the spirit. The limits are breaking. The lies are falling apart. This next season of your life is going to move fast. Blessings that were delayed are going to rush in. Conversations that were blocked will now open. People who were ignoring you will suddenly see your value. But it's not about them. It's about God lifting you. Because He sees that your heart stayed clean, even through betrayal. Type I am moving forward now to get blessing 8591. You didn't fight back with hate. You didn't curse those who hurt you. You stayed quiet. You cried in silence. You kept trusting. And now, heaven is responding to that faith. The reward for your pain is not just healing. It is elevation. You are being raised up. Not by man, but by the Most High. The person whose name starts with that letter will no longer affect you. Your season of influence over your path is over. Don't look back. Don't try to make sense of it all. Just trust that God is doing holy surgery. He's removing what no longer belongs. You are not losing. You are leveling up. Type I am rising to new levels to get blessing 9320. There is oil being poured on your name. Heaven is calling your future forward. Your voice will rise again. Your ideas will grow again. Your joy will return. You are being given fresh strength. Zadkiel is releasing memories of who you really are. Michael is guarding the gates of your future. Though enemy can enter, you have been faithful. And now, you are being favored. Your story is not over. In fact, the real story is just beginning. The block has been removed. The truth has been revealed. And your future has been cleared. Nothing will stop you now. This is your divine release. Step into it with boldness and light. Type I am unshaken to get blessing 7407. You may have noticed a shift lately. People are acting differently. Some are silent. Others are distant. That's not by accident. It's spiritual. Heaven is rearranging the people in your life. The person who blocked your success is being removed by divine order. You don't have to force anything. God is doing the separation. The angels have started the cleanup. They are cutting ties that no longer serve your purpose. Even if you feel alone right now, don't worry. What looks like a loss is really a rescue. You are not being abandoned. You are being aligned. Aligned with truth, with purpose, with peace. Type I am aligned with purpose to get blessing 6290. Archangel Michael is pushing back every dark influence. The person whose name starts with the letter may try to return. They may send a message. They may act like nothing happened. But your spirit will know. Don't step back into what God already removed. When heaven closes a door, don't reopen it with feelings. This is your time to be bold in the spirit. You've cried enough. You've waited enough. The angels are working for you now. Zadkiel has seen your loyalty. And now, that loyalty is being rewarded. The Spirit is giving you something better. Peace without confusion. Love without control. Progress without blockages. Type I am stepping into peace to get blessing 8874. God is not just removing people. He's revealing who's truly for you. The jealous person might have spoken nicely to you, but haven't heard the difference between their voice and their spirit. Their spirit was not pure toward you. And because of that, they lost access to your life. Not by your decision, but by God's. This is not just about one name. It's about a shift in your whole environment. God is cleaning your spiritual space. Like a gardener pulling weeds, He is making room for new growth. Better friendships, healthy connections, opportunities that don't come with secret attacks. You are being positioned for success. Type I am ready for growth to get blessings 7011. The energy around you is changing. Things that once felt heavy now feel lighter. You are waking up with more hope, more focus. That's because the spiritual block has been broken. The jealous spirit has been exposed. The letter God showed you is your sign. You are not going crazy, you are walking in clarity. Michael says, no more delay. That means the angels are releasing what's been held back. The blessings that couldn't reach you before will now arrive. The doors that stayed closed will now open easily. Why? Because you've passed the test. You stayed kind when you were being cursed. And now, you are rising. Type I am chosen for more to get blessing 8833. Let this be your confirmation. The divine separation was needed. It might feel hard, but it's holy. You're not being punished. You're being prepared. The next level of your life requires a clearer atmosphere. God is sending angels to walk with you. You are not alone. You are being surrounded by heaven's light. The person who tried to block you will wonder how you rose so fast. But you won't need to explain. God will do the speaking through your success. Let the letter they carry stay behind you. Let the blessings God has for you come forward now. The time is right. The truth is clear. This is your moment of complete separation from every jealous soul. Type I am crossing over to get blessing 5444. Smoothly transitions from the theme of separation and break through what God has separated can never be joined again. If this message reached your spirit, it's because heaven is trusting you with this truth. Right now, others are still walking in darkness, wondering why life feels heavy. But your support can bring this light to them. When you sow a seed, through Super Thanks, membership, or PayPal link in the video description, you are opening a door for someone else's deliverance. You're not just giving. You're partnering with heaven to break chains in homes, families, and hearts. The same angels that lifted you will go through your gift to lift others. God says, as you pour into my mission, I will pour into your life. Move now. Toe boldly. Help bring this truth to more souls. The person whose name starts with that letter wasn't just someone from your past. They were someone who tried to reach into your future. Their goal wasn't to destroy your past. They wanted to block what was coming next. Every time you stepped into something new, something would go wrong. That was not just life. That was spiritual interference. The words they spoke, even if whispered, carried power in the spirit. Words are like seeds, and what they planted behind your back began to grow around your life. Those seeds grew into delays, disappointments, and dry seasons. But God has now uprooted every bad seed. Heaven is cleansing the soil of your life. Type I am walking in new soil to get blessing 6991. Archangel Michael saw it all. He saw the moments you felt stuck, when nothing made sense. He watched how hard you worked, prayed, and gave but still saw no results. That's because someone had placed a spiritual lid over your progress. A lid made of envy, fear, and control. But that lid has been shattered. Now you are under an open heaven. The clouds that hovered over you are clearing. You're starting to breathe again. You can feel it in your body. The tension is breaking. This is the moment when what was hidden begins to fall away. The jealous energy is being replaced with divine energy. Type I'm under open skies to get blessing 8023. Zadkiel has revealed the patterns. Look back and you'll see it. The person tied to the letter often questioned your success. They made little comments. They joke about your goals. They asked questions, not to support, but to sow doubt. And now that heaven has removed their power, you will begin to feel different. You are no longer confused. You are no longer tied to their voice. The spiritual tie has been cut. Michael's sword has done its work, and now comes the reward. God is releasing clarity, direction, and new people into your life. People who will pray for you, not compete with you. People who want to see you win. Type I am surrounded by light to get blessing 9115. This is why the name matters. And knowing the letter wasn't just about information. It was about unlocking transformation. The Spirit has been showing you more lately. Maybe you see repeating dreams. Maybe your heart feels heavy around certain people. Pay attention. The Spirit is still speaking. Listen closely. When you see the full name, do not fear. You don't need to confront them. You don't need to seek revenge. The battle is already won. The revelation is a gift. It is God's way of saying, you are free now. You are not under their shadow anymore. The door they tried to close has now been kicked open by angels. Type I'm rising above shadows to get blessing 5555. The blessings you've been waiting for are already in motion. The only thing that blocked them was the spiritual chain tied to that jealous soul. Now that it's broken, you will move freely. You'll think more clearly. Opportunities will come without delay. Doors will open without resistance. This is your time to receive fully. Don't question what heaven has revealed. Accept it. Walk in it. The truth is not here to hurt you. It's here to heal you. You are being made whole again. In mind. In heart. In spirit. You are stepping into the future that was always meant to be yours. And nothing can stop you now. This is your divine freedom. Let it carry you forward. Type I am stepping into freedom to get blessing 6217. There were moments you couldn't explain. Times when things felt heavy, but you didn't know why. You'd wake up tired after praying hard. You'd walk into rooms and feel unwelcome. You thought maybe it was your fault. But it wasn't. Your spirit was sensing spiritual warfare. That person, the one tied to the letter, was quietly sending out negative energy. God gave you a sensitive spirit for a reason. You were meant to feel shifts. You were meant to notice what others ignored. That uneasy feeling you carried, that was discernment. And heaven is now confirming what your spirit already knew. Someone with wording against your success. But now, they've been fully exposed. Type I am divinely aware to get blessing 7007. Archangel Zadkiel has opened the scroll of memories. He's bringing back moments you overlooked. Small signs, hidden truths. Times when this person showed you a part of their true heart, but you brushed it off. That's okay. You weren't blind, you were kind. But now, heaven is removing the veil. You're seeing things clearly. Michael is guarding your steps. You will not walk into betrayal again. The person connected to that letter will not be allowed to stay in your inner circle. God is doing the separation himself. And when heaven moves people out of your life, don't chase them. Let them go. Your season in your story has ended. Type I am no longer deceived to get blessing 8331. Sometimes the enemy uses people who look like friends. It's why it hurt so deeply. You gave them space. You shared your dreams. You trusted their words. But their heart was not aligned with yours. And their jealousy opened a door for darkness to attack your destiny. That door is now being shut by divine force. This isn't just emotional. It's spiritual. Their words were like arrows. You didn't see them, but you felt them. They created confusion in your plans. They created delays in your blessings. But every arrow has now been broken. God has placed a divine shield around you. Their curses can no longer touch your future. Type I am covered in light to get blessing 6554. Zadkiel says you passed the test. You stayed gentle. You didn't fight dirty. You kept praying, even when it felt like no one cared. That's why heaven is honoring you now. You are being lifted, not just physically but spiritually. The weight is coming off your shoulders. The darkness is leaving your space. You may feel lighter. That's the angels at work. You may feel peace. That's God healing your spirit. The person who blocked your success has lost their access. And now, your next chapter begins. A chapter of clarity. A chapter of connection. A chapter of real support, real growth, real joy. Type I'm rising in peace to get blessing 7773. You don't have to pretend anymore. You don't have to act like everything is okay when it's not. God has exposed the truth. And truth is freedom. The letter they carry was your clue. The memories are your confirmation. The peace you feel now is your reward. You are no longer walking blind. Let your spirit rest. Let your soul recover. The hard part is over. The battle was fierce, but the victory is yours. What the enemy tried to destroy, God is rebuilding. Wetter, stronger, higher. This is the path you were meant to walk before the block came. Now the block is gone, and you're moving forward with divine fire. This is your angelic breakthrough. Walk in it with your head high. Type I am free forever to get blessing 4990. From the moment you were born, your destiny was written in heaven. You were called to be a light, to help others, to create, to lead. But the enemy didn't want that to happen. So, he used someone close to you, a person you trusted, a person whose name starts with that letter God showed you. They became the source of your spiritual delay. At first, it was hard to believe. You loved them. You helped them. You cheered for them. But deep inside, they didn't want to see you rise. They didn't want you to go further than they did. That silent resistance became spiritual weight, and that weight held you back for years. But today, that weight is being lifted. Type I'm no longer delayed to get blessing 7550. The spirit of delay is not just bad luck. It's not just bad timing. It's a dark force that uses people, words, and actions to slow down your progress. The spirit worked through the one whose name begins with that letter. They became a doorway. Every time they smiled in public but doubted you in private, they added to the blockage. Archangel Michael has now closed that doorway. No more delays. No more confusion. What took years will now take months. What felt stuck will now start moving. What you thought was lost is still yours, and it's coming back with interest. Heaven is now paying back every moment stolen by that hidden enemy. Type I am gaining it all back to get blessing 8335. Zadkiel says the delay was never your fault. You didn't fail. You didn't miss it. You were simply surrounded by the wrong spiritual atmosphere. Someone near you was planting doubt in the spirit, and that doubt created resistance. But now, the resistance has been broken. God has heard your cry and answered with power. You might feel like you lost time, but God is a redeemer of time. What you thought we wasted will be turned into wisdom. What you thought was blocked will now become a blessing. You are entering a season where heaven works faster on your behalf. Things that used to be hard will now come with ease. Type I am entering divine timing to get blessing 6882. The person who tried to stop you will begin to feel the shift too. They will sense that their influence is gone, that their words no longer reach you. Don't be surprised if they grow silent. Don't be surprised if they distance themselves. It's not rejection, it's redirection. Heaven is pushing them out of your space. This is not a time to fear. This is a time to walk boldly. You are no longer walking under a cloud. You are walking under an open heaven. Archangel Michael is going ahead of you, removing every hidden trap. Archangel Zadkiel is behind you, wiping away the stains of betrayal. You are covered from every direction. Type I am walking with angels to get blessing 5666. Your mind will feel clear. Your energy will return. Your hope will rise again. Because the spirit of delay has been destroyed, not by your effort, but by divine authority. This is the reward for your faithfulness. You stayed soft when others hardened. You stayed honest when others lied. And now, your release is here. You will hear news that proves things are shifting. It might be an opportunity, a call, a message, a sudden solution. Watch how fast things begin to change. Don't be afraid of the speed. Heaven is making up for lost time. What once seemed impossible will become your daily life. You are free. You are rising. And nothing will hold you back ever again. Type I am in my season to get blessing 7991. This is the final stretch of the battle. You are standing at the edge of your full breakthrough. Everything the enemy tried to stop is now being released. The name that blocked your success is no longer hidden. A letter was revealed. The truth has been spoken. And now, heaven is making the final break in the spirit. There is a sound in the heavens right now, a breaking sound. It is the sound of chains snapping. Old curses are being shattered. Generational blocks are falling. The spirit of sabotage that followed you for years is being cut off. You are not just being blessed, you are being made new. Type I am completely free to get blessing 7411. Archangel Michael has finished his war over your name. He fought silently for you. He stood in front of demonic resistance. And he won. You may not have seen the fight, but you are now seeing the results. Favor is returning. Energy is rising. Peace is filling your life again. You are stepping into divine restoration. Zadkiel has closed the scroll. The case against you has been dismissed. Every lie the enemy used through that person is now cancelled. The blocks were real, but not permanent. God has the final say, and He has spoken. Let them rise. That is your word. That is your promise. That is your power. Type I am rising by God's word to get blessing 6880. The person tied to the letter may still be in your life. Or maybe they already walked away. Either way, they no longer have spiritual access to your future. They cannot hold your blessings anymore. Heaven has revoked their influence. What they built in the dark has been torn down by divine light. You don't need to explain yourself. God is your witness. You don't need to fix what they broke. God is your restorer. Your name is being repaired. Your path is being refreshed. You are being released into your full calling without limitation. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Your holy release. Type I am restored fully to get blessing 8223. Let this be a sign. Your delay is done. The fire that was set against you has been turned into fuel. The trap that was built for you is now empty. The hands that tried to hold you down are now powerless. You are free to move, free to grow, free to build. This is the end of spiritual resistance. Every time you felt like quitting but didn't, you passed the test. Every time you forgave when you wanted revenge, you passed the test. Every time you stayed when you wanted to run, you passed the test. And now, the heavens are rewarding your endurance. God is not just lifting you. He is launching you. Type I am launched by heaven to get blessing 9116. The enemy hoped you would break. But you didn't. You bent, but you didn't break. You cried, but you didn't stop. And because of that, you are now walking in power. Real power. Quiet strength. Clear vision. Divine favor. The kind of favor no one can explain. And no one can stop. The final break has happened. Feel the shift. Breathe the new air. Walk in your new identity. This is not a dream, it is divine reality. And you have stepped into it with grace. Type I am chosen to finish strong to get blessing 5552. The truth has been revealed. A letter was spoken. The patterns were uncovered. The blocks were broken. You now carry the full knowledge of who tried to stop your success, and more importantly, you now carry the full power to walk in freedom. What once confused you now makes sense. What once held you back now sets you up for victory. Archangel Michael stands beside you, sword lowered, battle finished. Archangel Zadkiel has returned the scroll to heaven, your record cleared, your path declared. And the Spirit of God is whispering to your soul, this is your time now. You are not the same person who began this journey. You are stronger, brighter, wiser, ready. The person tied to that letter will no longer influence your emotions, energy, or spiritual movement. What they meant for harm, God turned into a launch. You are not broken. You are built. You are not lost. You are led. Your life is no longer in delay mode. You are now in divine motion. Do not be afraid of your own light. Do not shrink to make others comfortable. You are not here to be small. You are here to carry the fire of truth. Heaven has trusted you with deep revelation because your heart can handle it. You did respond with revenge. You responded with growth. That's why you are rising. Let go of what needs to be left behind. Don't carry old names into new seasons. The Spirit has confirmed what you always sensed. Now it's time to honor that truth with action. Walk away in peace. Step forward in purpose. And lift your head. Because your help didn't come from man. It came from the Most High. You are now under divine acceleration. The things that once felt stuck will move quickly. The doors you once knocked on will swing open. The joy you thought was lost will overflow. The love you prayed for will arrive. The life you dreamed about will become your reality. And none of it can be blocked again. You made it through. Not because you were lucky, but because you were chosen. This is your moment. This is your miracle. This is your release. Type I am rising in my truth to get the blessing 9990. Now that the truth has set you free, heaven is calling you to become a carrier of that freedom for others. This journey was not just about your healing. It was about becoming a light for many. Every seed you sow now multiplies deliverance in someone else's life. When you give through super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the video description, you're not donating, you're declaring. You're saying, God, use me to reach another soul. Just as angels fought for you, your giving now joins the battle for someone else's breakthrough. Move in faith. Give boldly. Release the next miracle through your obedience.